starting soon. Come watch the Rabit, let's watch the Rabit, bringing entertainment to me and you. Come watch the Rabit, let's watch the Rabit, it's not hard to do. Get ready because the stream is starting now.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another JRabbit87 stream. I'm your host, JRabbit87, and I hope everybody is having a good day today. And I hope you guys are ready for another wrestling stream. And not just any wrestling stream. It's time for our next big event. Or what have we been doing? A premium Twitch event, PTE, as one of my friends has dubbed them. Heatwave 2026. Yes, we had a Heatwave last year as well. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited. All titles are on the line, and if you are a member of our Discord, or if you've joined our Discord, then you know that it was also announced that one of our matches is also going to be an Inferno match. Yes. Dang flies. All right, before, of course, we get into the action tonight, we're going to do a quick version of our commands. Of course, I'll do the long version at the end of stream. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that taken care of real quick. As always, we're sponsored by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. We also want to say a huge thank you to everybody that joins me today. I'm going to move that just a little bit down. Yeah. And of course, I move it and I just mess everything up, so we'll just leave it right there. Mary Kay, my wife, is a Mary Kay consultant, so if you would like some skincare or knowledge about all that stuff, you can message us. Discord. We have one of those. You can join our Discord by using that link right there. You can also find us over on YouTube and TikTok by using those links. And of course, last but not least, are ways to help support the stream right here, right now, if you would like to do so. Always keep in mind that nothing is ever required, but everything is very much appreciated. With that, more information on how you can help is in the chat. Excuse me. So, we're going to do things a little bit interesting here tonight. So, we are starting out things with the Women's United States Championship. Now, if you don't know, not too awful long ago, the Women's United States Championship was introduced. It was introduced, and its very first holder was a woman named Scarlett. Scarlett would end up holding it until she eventually lost it to Jade Cargill, who would eventually go on to lose it to Asuka. Now, Asuka is the current champion. She has yet to have a title defense, and tonight is her first title defense. Now, her opponent is a young star wanting to make her name known. She is Lyra Valkyria. Now, Lyra has done a lot to try to earn herself a championship title. She's teamed up with Tatum Paxley to form Absolution. But unfortunately, it seems like time in and time out, Lyra just can't seem to get that number one contendership spot. And if she does, something seems to go wrong, and she just can't quite hold or can't quite get that title shot or get the actual title in her hands is what I mean. Tonight, that might all end for her. Lyra might walk out of here as the champion. She already has a pinfall victory in tag team action over Asuka. And the biggest question of all is just how much energy is Asuka putting in to this? Can I please? I know. I'm sorry, I'm picky. I know that'll work. I was just gonna leave it like that. You don't see me much on this stream, anyways. Um, but yeah, the biggest question of all is how much energy is Asuka even putting into this title? And you might be wondering, what do you mean? Well, Asuka is a former women's world champion, a former two-time women's tag team champion, and she is the only woman in the history of the women's division of RWF to hold the women's world and women's tag team championship at the same time. She has made it known that she wants her name in the record books a second time, as she wants to become the first woman to become Grand Slam champion in the women's division. And she was this close to doing it when all she needed was to win the women's European championship. Now, she got angry when the United States Championship was introduced, because that meant that she was now one title away from being Grand Slam champion to two titles away from being Grand Slam champion. So what does she do? She goes out and she wins the United States Championship. But that is why people are questioning how much is her heart into successfully defending this belt, and how much of her mind and her heart are on, okay, I can lose this title and now I need to go back to my goal of becoming women's European champion so I can fulfill that Grand Slam champion list. I can fulfill that goal, that desire to be the first ever Grand Slam champion in the women's division. That is what we're dealing with here tonight. And it all comes up, and it starts next. First match of Heatwave.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's United States Championship.
And here she comes, the challenger Lyra Valkyria, and this could be her night. She has chased championship after championship, and even the few times that she's won the number one contendership, she has been unable to actually become a champion here in RWF. Tonight may just be the night of Lyra Valkyria. And here she comes, former women's world champion, former two-time women's tag team champion, already in the history books as the only woman to hold the Women's World and Women's Tag Team Championships at the same time, and the current Women's United States Championship. Will her mind be on, I need to defend this title, I need to honor this title, or will her mind be more focused on, okay, I've won this thing that upset me, now it's time to go back to my original goal?
Introducing the challenger from Dublin, Ireland, Valkyria! And her opponent from Osaka, Japan, the Women's United States Champion, Asuka!
Both these ladies are fan favorites. Both of them want this championship. They want to prove that they deserve it. But again, I have to continuously bring up the fact that you gotta wonder, how much does Asuka want it? Well, you know that the United States Championship was never really something that she wanted, because it didn't last, like it wasn't a thing until recently. In fact, when it was first debuted, Asuka was very, very vocal about how upset she was, because she went from only needing to win the Women's European Championship to become a Grand Slam champion, to then needing to win both the European and the United States Championship. A diving miss there by Asuka as these two bring the match to the outside of the ring, and this is not where Valkyria wants to be. Submission hold here on the outside of the ring. You can't win by that, but you can definitely hurt your opponent. Whipped right in there to the security barricade. Count of 5 already. These two need to be thinking about getting back into the ring here. Asuka breaking up the count here. And finally, these two get into the back into the ring with a springboard and a miss there by Lyra Valkyria. Now Asuka looking to work over the arm. Codebreaker by Asuka, but a rush of adrenaline there by Valkyria. Looking for a cover here, title on the line. And a kick out at 2. Lyra Valkyria with the Nightwing into the cover. Title on the line here. And a kick out at 2. Valkyria missing a move again, but not letting that get her down. Springboard crossbody by Valkyria. Now heading to the top rope. Beautiful. No, wait. Asuka got the knees up. Valkyria going for that frog splash. Asuka back in control here. Perhaps putting the naysayers to bed. Going for this armbar submission hold. But Valkyria fighting back. Draped over the top rope there. Valkyria in firm control of this match. And just as I say that, reversal by Asuka. Nice German suplex by Asuka. Asuka definitely putting the naysayers that she doesn't care about this title to bed. Diving elbow drop. Looking for a cover. Can she defend her title here? No, kick out at 2. Valkyria stays in the fight. Big hip attack by Asuka. Looks like she's not done yet though. And that may have cost her here as like Lyra able to counter. I know there's a counter right back by Asuka. And now Valkyria with the fist of fury there. Another springboard crossbody. Reversal by Asuka. Just for Valkyria to use those fancy footwork of hers. Nice hip toss by the challenger. Looking for a cover. Title on the line here. And a kick out at 2. A second code breaker, but that looks like it took all the stamina out of Asuka. Both competitors down, but Asuka finally able to get back to her feet. And it looks like she's going to try to set up to end it here. And yes, she's got the Asuka lock locked in. Will Valkyria? No. There's a rope break before I even had a chance to finish that sentence. Valkyria able to get to the ropes. Back and forth action between these two ladies. Asuka trying to stay in control here as both of them roll to the outside of the ring. Valkyria hitting a Nightwing on the outside of the ring. Throws Asuka back in. Will that be enough to get the win? Title on the line here. And that's it.
Here is your winner, and new Women's United States Champion, Lyra Valkyria.
And our first match of the evening is done. Our first title change as well. Lyra Valkyria leaves, and honestly, as much as the people have been wondering whether Asuka really truly wanted to keep that title or not, it seems like she did indeed try everything in her power to stay champion. Maybe she was off her game. I don't know. Either way, we have our first match in the record books. Lyra Valkyria leaves tonight as your new United States champion. And with that, we move on to our second match of the evening, as it's the Intercontinental Championships time to shine. And what a story we have here for you guys. The current Intercontinental Champion, Ricky Saints, brand new to the company, has been in, I think, maybe 2 matches before. No, actually, no. It was his debut. It was his debut that he won an 8-man over the top rope battle royal to go on to challenge the current, or the Intercontinental Champion, who at the time was Pete Dunne. He would go on to Carrot Cash to defeat Pete Dunne and become the new Intercontinental Champion, all within his debut. Honestly, like, he claims that he is the revolution of RWF. The revolution starts with him, and it's kind of hard to argue with that. On the other side, you have Shawn Spears, a man who's been around RWF for a while. He's yet to win any championships, but he's got this darker persona of himself. He says that the truth will always come out, but you have to sometimes do things that you don't want to do. You have to, the truth will come out, but it's going to be painful. And he says, his words, that Ricky Saints is a pretender, that he is nothing more than a paper champion, and that he's a liar and a cheater, and nobody realizes it. The only person who does is Shawn Spears, and he believes that it is up to him to expose Ricky Saints as the fraud that he is, and the only way he can do that is by winning the Intercontinental Championship. Spears would also enter a 8-man over top rope battle royal, getting the win and getting the opportunity here tonight as Ricky Saints defends his title for the first time. This match comes up next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Championship.
Truth will ultimately prevail. But there's pain bringing it to light.
Here he comes, the self-proclaimed instrument to Ricky Saints' destruction. Shawn Spears believes that Ricky Saints is a false champion. But the thing is that Saints already has a pinfall victory in a non-title match against Spears. But now that the title is on the line, we'll see what happens.
This is the revolution.
Here he comes. He says he's the revolution of RWF. He's had a fantastic debut and career so far with almost instant success. And to top all of that off, as I said before, he already has a pinfall victory when he faced Shawn Spears in a non-title match last week. He was able to defeat Spears in that one-on-one match.
Introducing the challenger from Niagara Falls, Canada, weighing in at 223 pounds, Shawn Spears. And his opponent from New Orleans, Louisiana, weighing in at 194 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion, Ricky Sainz.
This match about to start here. Ricky Sainz, no doubt, the crowd favorite, Intercontinental Championship on the line. We've already seen one title change hands. Will Ricky be able to break the trend of championships changing hands tonight? Considering that this is our second match of the evening, we're about to find out. And of course, with a pinfall victory already over Ricky Sainz, or over Shawn Spears, you know Ricky Sainz has got to be extra cocky here tonight, but he's got to be careful because that cockiness can lead to overconfidence, which can lead to him losing the title here tonight. Quick pinfall a succession of quick pinfalls. Nobody getting a 3 count there. Shawn Spears in control here. Beautiful springboard move there by Spears, looking for an early cover. Kick out at 1. It's way too early. Spears looking to work over Ricky Saints' arm here. Takedown by Spears, looking for another cover, and again another 1 count. Reversal by Saints into a reverse DDT. Hits the headbutt. And now Ricky Saints getting all fired up. Only to be met with a shoulder tackle by Shawn Spears. Spears going for another springboard maneuver, but Saints getting the knees up. And now Saints in control of this match. uses the ropes for a springboard tornado DDT into the cover. And Shawn Spears kicks out at 2. Reversal there by Spears as Shawn tries to get it back into things here. And just raking the forearm against Saint's face. And there's a reversal by Saints. Beautiful drop kick there as Ricky Saints now to the top rope. Beautiful diving elbow drop into the cover. But Spears gets the shoulder up at 2. And Ricky Saints cannot believe it. Spears able to reverse now, and vicious backbreaker. And now Spears taking off the top turnbuckle. Our referee's right there to fix that. Buying these two some time here on the outside of the ring. Referee fixes the turnbuckle pad, and these two now just fighting here on the outside of the ring. This is not where Shawn Spears wants to be if he wants to win this title. Saints sending Spears straight into the turnbuckle. Ricky Spears using his head again, but count of 4 as these two still here on the outside of the ring. Saints getting back into the ring and now going to break up the count, I think. No. Deciding, no. He broke up the count and right into a vicious boot by Spears. Brainbuster, knee breaker, vicious move. And now Spears going for the Death Valley driver. He hits it into the cover. Title on the line here. And a kick out at 2. And Shawn Spears cannot believe it. Spears going for another big move, but another huge reversal there by Saints. Ricky Saints, he's got him up. Big Dominator-like move into the cover. Successful title defense, yes. And it is.
Here is your winner, and still the Intercontinental Champion, Ricky
And Ricky Saints successfully defends his title here tonight. You never know what's going to happen, but you gotta You got to think that he's put to bed all those rumors that Sean Spears was saying about him being a false champion. Well, coming up next, we have the Pure Honor Championship on the line. On one hand, you have the current champion Braun Breaker, a second generation star. His father, Rick Steiner, his uncle, Scott Steiner, and of course, Braun Breaker, a member of Paul Heyman's Vision stable. Ever since Braun Breaker has aligned himself with Paul Heyman, it seems like everything has come up Breaker, as he was also able to win the Pure Honor Championship with Paul Heyman under his side, when before that, Braun was just kind of another face in the crowd of the roster of RWF. His opponent, the giant of the MFTs, Tala Tonga. Now, the Vision have a win in an 8-man tag match over the MFTs. Solo Sikoa got a little bit of revenge when he would defeat Austin Theory in a one-on-one match. But tonight it's not about the Vision, it's not about Austin Theory, it's about the nearly 7-foot tall Tala Tonga taking on Braun Breaker. And that comes next.
Think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to? The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Pure Honor Championship.
Here he is, the man who won the 8-man over the top rope battle royal for this opportunity. The giant of the MFTs, Tala Tonga. And he's all business tonight. And we spoke with Solo Sikoa as well as Tala Tonga, and they have said that Tala's doing this one on his own. If Solo thinks that one of the other MFTs needs to get involved, then he will not be shy about sending them down, especially if another member of the Vision gets involved. But until that decision is reached, Tala will be on his own to prove that he is the mightiest of the mighty. And of course, it should be no surprise that Braun Breaker would have the Oracle of the Vision, Paul Heyman, by his side during this match.
Introducing the challenger from Kissimmee, Florida, weighing in at 264 pounds, Tula Tonka. And his opponent from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Pure Honor Champion, Braun Breaker.
This will be Braun Breaker's first title defense since becoming the Pure Honor Champion. Braun Breaker, of course, defeating the legendary Terry Funk. And honestly, we were wondering if anybody was going to be able to take the title away from Terry Funk. But now it's in the hands of the big dog, the badass, Braun Breaker. We tried to talk to Paul Heyman about the strategy here tonight, and Mr. Heyman had no words for us. He basically just said that Breaker will show everybody with his actions, not his words, that he is the future of this business. He is the future of RWF, and the Pure Honor Championship was only step one in showing everybody that he is the future. Big leg drop into the cover. Not even a 1 count though. Quick cover here by Breaker. And a reversal. And another reversal. Another reversal. And a kick out at 1. Tonga signaling that the end is here. Going for the huge choke slam. He hits it into the cover. Title on the line. And Breaker kicks out at 2. step, and now Breaker in control. Huge slam there by Breaker. They say Breaker's got the power, he's got the speed, he's got the athleticism. But will that help him against the absolute power and dominance that is Tala Tonga? Huge boot there by Tonga into the cover, title on the line, but the referee is busy with Paul Heyman. Will that be enough? And it is!
Here is your winner, and the new Pure Honor Champion, Tala
And Tala Tonga on this night, despite the referee being distracted, Tala Tonga able to walk away as the new Pure Honor champion, and he did it all by himself. Not a single member of the MFTs got involved. Perhaps Paul Heyman's vision isn't turning out the way he wanted it. Alright, coming up next, we have the Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. The Misfits, who are the current Tag Team Champions, have lost the war of momentum, so it is on the Dream Team to decide if there is going to be a stipulation and what that stipulation will be. And apparently they have told the stipulation to our ring announcer, but have not told the stipulation to anybody else. So we'll find out exactly what kind of match is going to happen coming up next.
Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down. Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down. Degeneration. Degeneration. Think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to? The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Women's Tag Team Championship.
Again, I am now being told that this is basically going to be a regular RWF style match, tag team match, with one exception. There are no pinfalls. The match can only be ended via knockout or submission. And here come the Dream Team. Although they lost in tag team action against the Misfits, they still have won the war momentum 3-2. Two women who were seemingly going nowhere decided to team up and use their fandom of dancing to unite this team. And here they come, the current women's tag team champions. And although, again, they've lost in their singles matches, they lost the entire war momentum 3-2, they do have at least one little bit of a chip on their shoulder, as they won in tag team action against the Dream Team in a non-title match. Of course, Michin, a two-time women's tag team champion, also as part of the Misfits when Cora Jade and her were the Misfits, and now she's won them a second time here with B-Fab. This will be their first title defense since becoming the new tag team champions. We'll see if it's a successful one.
Introducing the challengers, Thea Hale and Maxine Dupree, the Dream Team. And their opponents, the Women's Tag Team Champions, Misha and B-Fab, the Misfits.
As this match gets underway, of course, Michin and B-Fab wearing their matching outfits, and Thea Hell and Maxine Dupree debuted their new matching outfits last week, and of course they're wearing those again to show team solidarity. The biggest difference is while Maxine Dupree and Michin both look pretty much the same with just little bits here and there, Maxine Dupree and Thea Hell swapped their colors to show that they are a team. They are a team solidified, but they also have their individuality. A tag was made to B-Fab as she tries to do as much damage as she can here to Thea Hale. And I gotta give it to the Dream Team, really putting the favor in this match on them, because both of them have finishing moves that are submission holds. Well, I honestly don't know if B-Fab and Michin even know any submission holds. Perhaps the fact that both of them have submission holds as finishing moves, and the fact that they lost via pinfall last week, those might be reasons they decided to make this a submission match. There's a tag out to Maxine Dupree. And now these two fighting here on the outside of the ring. There are no ring countouts, so they don't have to worry about that. But the only way to win out here will be via knockout. They held firm control here. Working over the arm, she likes to use those arm submission holds, and this would be the perfect time. Huge move there by B-Fab. She calls that the mic check. Looks like B-Fab not done here, but that may have, I don't know, I was going to say that may have cost her, but B-Fab still in control. Tag out to Michin. Tag out to Maxine Dupree. Nice double back body drop there by the Dream Team. Nice fisherman suplex, but it looks like having that table in the ring may have hurt Maxine a little. Reversal by Michin, and now Michin using the ropes to do a reverse tarantula. Perfectly legal here, and a good way to weaken Maxine Dupree, but Maxine able to get back on top, and uh-oh, Maxine locking in the ankle lock. Will Michin tap out here? Titles are on the line, but no. Michin able to get out of it. Big bulldog there by Michin. Tagging in the B-Fab. Nice takedown there by B-Fab as she tries to do as much damage to successfully defend the titles. There's a tag out to Michin. Little double team action looking like he has a double suplex there. Big back elbow drop. And now a little bit of taunting here by Michin. And that seems to be her downfall as Maxine able to reverse out of it. Immediately hits a nice pump kick. Reversal by Michin. Looking to get back in this. And there's a chicken wing buster by Michin. Tagging in B-Fab now. B-Fab going after Thea Hell, who is not the legal woman in this match. Big takedown there by B-Fab. Huge slam. B-Fab continuing to lay on the punishment here. And now these two fighting right here in front of on top of the barricade. And oh, B-Fab trying to go for a big move, gets pushed off, and Maxine Dupree dives off with a splash. Dupree gets whipped back into the ring, and now B-Fab to the top rope. B-Fab deciding against it. Hits a nice reverse DDT. And there's a tag to Michin. Huge axe kick there by Michin. And the power of Michin there on display with a deadlift gut wrench suplex. Yo, hey, welcome in, Bruda. We are on our fourth match of the night. There's a tag out. Oh, wait, I thought there was a tag out. There's a tag out to Thea Hell. This is a regular, for the most part, this is a regular style RWF tag team match. The only difference is the winners of the War of Momentum have added the stipulation that the only way to win is either via knockout or submission. So no pinfall victories here tonight, or at least in this match. Rolling kick there by Thea Hell. Little taunting by Hell at the tag in the B-Fab. B-Fab with another mic check right onto the table. Misses an elbow, and Thea Hale looking to take control. And now BFAB using those long legs of her to just choke the life out of Thea Hale. Tag out to Maxine Dupree. Who gets hit with a big kick by BFAB. There's the tag to Michin. And now Michin with that almost muscle buster like maneuver there. Fisherman suplex, muscle buster type maneuver using the ropes to her advantage. There's a tag out to Thea Hale now. And Thea Hale going for the armbar. Will Michin? No, before Michin even had a chance to tap out. BFAB with the save. Reverse after reverse. Thea Hale getting the upper hand here. Tagging into BFAB. Double back body drop by the Misfits. Beautiful arm drag there. Tag back out to Maxine Dupree. Uh-oh. And Dupree feeling a little bit caterpillar-y. She hits the caterpillar. But Michin able to reverse. It's that massive knee to the head. Reversal by Dupree into a knee breaker. They call that the Misfit Kick. Their tag team finishing move. But it's still not enough as Maxine Dupree continues to fight on. Russian leg sweep followed by Fists of Fury. Tag out to Thea Hale. Big move there by B-Fab. The tag out to Michin. Lots of damage being done here by the Misfits, but neither one of them have even tried to go for a submission hold. And now going for the Misfit kick again. Perhaps trying to knock their opponents out. And a third Misfit kick. Still not enough to knock out Maxine Dupree. I'm sorry, not enough to knock out Thea Hale. Pele kick by Michin, shades of her former ally, AJ Styles, and there's a tag to B-Fab. And Thea Hale with the armbar locked in on the outside of the ring. She lets her out of it knowing that she can't win via submission on the outside of the ring. But definitely let the damage be done. And there it is.
Here are your winners, and still Women's Tag Team Champions, Michin and B-Fab, the Misfits.
And on this night, the Misfits doing it again. A successful tag team title defense. Winning this match that could only be won via via submission or knockout. Via knockout. I'm okay with this ending. Nice. Fair enough. So, Monbruda, you have missed our opening contest. Asuka defended the... Or was... Sorry, let me try this again. Asuka defended and lost the Women's United States Championship to Lyra Valkyria. Ricky Saints successfully defended the Intercontinental Championship against Shawn Spears. Braun Breaker defended and lost the Pure Honor Championship to Tala Tonga. And we just got done seeing the Misfits successfully defend their tag team titles against the Dream Team. I've also been doing things a little bit differently by saying the stories before the matches. Dagnabbit, Asuka, Wu Tonga. Right? Well, coming up next, you made it just in time for our fifth match of the evening. And anybody who hasn't been watching RWF, there has been one man who calls himself the Monster. That man is Abyss. Abyss has been calling himself the Monster for years in his time of other promotions, as well as when he debuted here. He is the monster, Abyss. Everybody knows this. A few months ago, we had a man debut known as Dave Rida. Dave Rida has also been calling himself the monster. Well, this has upset Abyss. Abyss has been chunking opponents at Dave Rida, which most of them have defeated Dave Rida with only one victory. But now it's time. It's time for Abyss to finally get his hands on Dave Rida. And if anybody who's a part of our Discord knows that I mentioned that there was going to be an Inferno match tonight, well, this is going to be our Inferno match. As Abyss has said that he doesn't want to just face Dave Rida in any match. He wants to bring the fire to the so-called other monster from the pits of hell. This match comes up next.
The following contest is an Inferno match. Making his way to the ring from the pits of hell. Weighing in at 415 pounds. The Monster Dave.
And here he comes, the man who says that this is going to be no problem. Fire is his element. As you saw, the Heatwave Titantrons didn't even stop. Yes, the very Heatwave Titantrons and stuff are the same that Dave Rida uses.
And his opponent from parts unknown, weighing in at 350 pounds, he is the Monster Abyss.
And here he comes, the man who claims that he is the original monster. Dave Rida has no business calling himself the monster. And he finally gets his hands on Dave Rida here tonight. Now remember, the only way to win this match is the first person to successfully set the other one on fire. These two right out the gate just pummeling each other. And you'll notice that Tony Marcus Jones is not present at ringside. That was another stipulation that the Monster Abyss has made for this Inferno match. He said he wanted to face Dave Ryder by himself. And apparently Tony, who's been agreeing to a lot of this stuff on behalf of his client, Dave Ryder, his monster, so to speak, he agreed to stay ringside or backstage. A little bit of speed there by Dave Ryder as he takes it to Abyss. Big reversal as Abyss gets back in control of this match. Ryder going for a choke slam, but Abyss able to reverse and hits the black hole slam. Toxic shock there by Abyss, who goes to the outside of the ring. Abyss grabbing Shirley there. Big power slam by Abyss. Middle rope elbow drop as the flames climb higher. And now Ryder with a tombstone pile driver. Sending the flames so high. Any moment now, one of these two could be set on fire. Abyss able to battle back. Going for the toxic shock. Another again. Successfully hits it. And now Abyss trying to light Ryder on fire. Ryder able to get out of it, but only momentarily as Abyss is right back into things. And a black hole slam. Abyss just lighting Ryder up with that weapon. Ryder catches the foot. And now Ryder's back in control. Abyss with a big boot. Another black hole slam by the monster Abyss. Ryder and Abyss fighting tooth and nail here. Now it's Abyss's turn to... No, he gets blocked. And now Ryder gonna try to hit a choke slam of his own. And he does. Ryder not done. Going for a second tombstone pile driver. And Ryder's still not done. Looking to turn Abyss's weapon against him. Or maybe not. There it is. Ryder using Abyss's favorite weapon against him. Big boot by Abyss as he tries to get it back into this match. Middle rope elbow drop. Black hole slam. And now trying to knight Ryder again, and he does. And on this night, Abyss showing who the real monster is. But of course, some would argue, was there any doubt in anybody's mind who the real monster was? Well, coming up next, we get back to our title matches. And in fact, every match from now on will be the rest of the title matches. We have the Women's European Championship on the line here. An interesting development, to say the least. We have the current champion, Julia, defending against Zarya. The biggest thing of all, though, is apparently, so if you were with us last week, Zarya and Julia had a one-on-one match where Julia won via pinfall, but both of them were surprised by the surprise appearance of Odyssey Rift, an unknown woman who has only had one match here in RWF, and apparently she was there just to try to get her name in the mix. She was tired of waiting her turn. We have learned that, first and foremost, both Zarya and Julia have both said that it doesn't matter who walks out as champion tonight. Next week, they are facing in a non-title match, Odyssey Rift. That's right. It doesn't matter. They both want a piece of Odyssey Rift, and they have both agreed that whoever wins the title tonight will also gain the ability to face Odyssey Rift next week. On top of that, both have agreed that tonight's match will be held inside of a steel cage, where exiting the cage is not an option. You can only win via pinfall or submission. This steel cage match for the championship title coming up next.
The following contest is a steel cage match and is for the Women's European Championship.
And here she comes. She's fairly new to the scene here in RWF. This is her first real chance at a title outside, if you don't count the Carrot Cash briefcase ladder match. This is at least her first one-on-one match for a title. You gotta wonder if her confidence is just a little bit shattered, though, after losing in a non-title match against the champion. And here she comes. This will be her first title defense since becoming the Women's European Champion. And her and Zarya actually share a lot in common when it comes to their road to the title. Both have competed in numerous number one contender matches. They finally both were able to get that number one contendership spot. The only difference is Julie was able to actually capitalize on that title shot. Now we'll see if Zarya can capitalize on her first title shot.
Introducing the challenger from Adelaide, Australia, Zarya. And her opponent from Tokyo, Japan, the Women's European Champion, Julia.
As the title gets shown to the challenger, a reminder that this steel cage match is going to be a little bit unlike the regular steel cage matches in the fact that there will be no escapes. You cannot escape through the cage door. You cannot climb the top and escape through the outside. The only way to win is via pinfall or submission. Of course, obviously, no disqualification, no rope breaks, none of that good stuff. You don't really have to worry about weapons, but the cage, of course, itself is a weapon. But in this case, it's more to keep people out than it is to do anything else. These two don't want Odyssey Rift to make another appearance. Neither one of them want that little asterisk of there was a distraction on their win here tonight. And of course the winner will go on to face Odyssey Rift next week. Yes, I would like to know your thoughts on the arena, my Bruda, as always. Back and forth action between these two. Jackknife cover by Zarya. Title on the line, but not even a 1 count. Reversal there by Julia. Went for that huge knee, but Zarya able to reverse. And then reversal after reversal. Spear out of nowhere by Zarya. I do like it. The fire is my favorite bit. I really like the belt too. The middle looks like it's made of ruby. Sorry for not seeing that, chat. I had the stream fully streamed. Oh, you're good, Bruda. I do enjoy hearing your thoughts and opinions on the things that I create. So, I do hope it's not ever annoying. I just enjoy hearing your opinions. Massive move there by Julia, taking the breath out of both competitors here. Never annoying, I was just locked in. Fair. Big running knee by Julia into the cover. And a kick out of 2. Headbutt there by Julia. A reversal as Zarya tries to get back into this match. Uh-oh, she's got her up on the shoulders, but no, Julia able to reverse with a DDT. Big Fisherman Buster. Reversal and takedown by Zarya. Zarya using the ropes with a vicious Cobra clutch choke. Going for a big power bomb, but Julia able to reverse out of it. Big maneuver there by Julia into the cover. And there it is.
Here is your winner, and still Women's European Champion, Julia.
And on this night, Julia has successfully defended the Women's European Championship. Perhaps the loss last week wasn't due to interference after all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have the Men's Tag Team Championships on the line. And what's more interesting here is the Terrors have won 3-2, but they have decided that they want their tag team title defense to be a Tornado Falls Count Anywhere tag team match, which means no countouts, no rope breaks, no disqualifications, no tagging in and out. Pinfall, submission, knockout, and it can be done anywhere in the arena. Coming up next, the Usos defend against the Terrors.
I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you.
The following contest is a Tornado Tag Team match and is for the Men's Tag Team Championship. challengers at a combined weight of 477 pounds, Dr. Ed and Dr. C, the Terrors. And introducing the champions at a combined weight of 493 pounds, the men's tag team champions, the team of Jimmy and main event Jay Big Uso.
This will be the second title defense for the Usos after winning the titles at Rabbit Mania against DIY and successfully defending them at Carrot Cash. We'll see if they have what it takes to successfully defend them a second time. Of course, at Carrot Cash, the Usos able to defeat the Nation of Domination. We'll see if they can handle the Terrors in this Falls Count Anywhere Tornado Tag Team match. As this match gets underway, it looks like Jimmy and Dr. Naha going against each other until that Corvus was trying to get Jay to tap out there. This is going to be another one of those kinds of matches where it's going to be so hard for me to keep commentary going because there's going to be so much going on at once. I do apologize if I tend to go just mute during this match. Pinfall attempt there by Naha. A kick out at 1. Of course, the Terrors have won the War of Momentum 3-2. And even have a tag team victory over the Usos. Granted, that was a non-title match. Fair. A bit biased. Maybe just a little bit. But so am I. As Dr. Naha and Jay Uso fight on the outside of the ring, Dr. Corvus and Jimmy Uso fight on the inside. There's a victory roll pin. Titles are on the line here, but there's a reversal again, and another reversal. Corvus saves his partner. Pinfall attempt here by Naha. Title's on the line. And a kick out of 2. Spear by Jay. Went for the cover, but Dr. Naha able to break up the pin. A second spear by Jay into the cover. No one to save him. But a kick out of 2. Big shot there by Corvus. Dr. Naha taking down Jay, looking for another cover. Not even a 1 count though. And now the Venom Bite locked in. And Jey Uso able to get out of the submission hold. Just to get hit with the injection by Corvus. Corvus perhaps didn't go for the cover there. That might come back to haunt him. Now trying on a cover on Jimmy. Only a 1 count again. I gotta wonder what's going on with Corvus. Why he didn't try to pin Jay after that choke slam. But I do know that Corvus has let his ego get the better of him in other companies. So that might be it. As Corvus goes for the cure but gets back body dropped. Dr. Naha taking it to the Usos here. Double super kick combination into the cover. And a kick out of 2. Over here by Dr. Naha. The save by Jey Uso. Spear by Jay on Dr. Corvus. Into the cover. A kick out. Meanwhile, Venom Bite locked in, but Jay saved his partner up there. Nice move there by Dr. Naha. The Terrors switching opponents here. Another spear. This could be it. No, another kick out at 2. And Jey Uso cannot believe it. Heck, I can't believe it. Uh-oh. Sleeper hold locked in. Dr. Naha saving his tag team partner there. And now Venom Bite locked in outside the ring. But no, Jey Uso, and there it is.
Here are your winners, and still the men's tag team champions, the team of Jimmy and main event, Jey Uso.
And Jimmy Uso with the knockout to successfully defend the men's tag team championships. There were a couple times, I'll be honest, I thought the Terrors had it, but I still think Dr. Corvus's hubris got to him. Either way, we move right along. Our next match, we have Bray Wyatt set to defend the United States Championship against El Grande Americano. And of course, the story here, on one hand, you have Bray Wyatt, who has been fighting tooth and nail to become United States champion because that's all he needed to make history by becoming the first man in the men's division to be a Grand Slam champion. In a bit of overcockiness, after winning the United States title, Scott Steiner would issue an open challenge to anyone in the locker room the very next night. Bray Wyatt would go on to defeat Scott Steiner, become the new champion, and make history by becoming the first Grand Slam champion in, or at least men's Grand Slam champion, in RWF history. On that same night, El Grande Americano would win the #1 contendership spot. Then we see, in the next week, we see El Grande Americano versus someone calling himself the original El Grande Americano. We thought at first this was just Bray Wyatt's mind games, but it turns out, no, it wasn't. The original El Grande Americano is his own person. He is a living, breathing person. He did wrestle for RWF. He is a former RWF United States champion. And what happened is he got injured. And while he was injured, he took the mask off. He gave it to the new El Grande Americano, gave him the name, gave him the gimmick, gave him everything, said, "You are El Grande Americano now." And this new, taller El Grande Americano comes onto the scene. I was saying it from the beginning, he looked differently, but I couldn't quite put a mark on it. Turns out they are two separate people. And with this El Grande versus original, the original would win. We thought maybe these two are going to fight, but no. In an interview, the original said, "No, I have no hard feelings against this new El Grande Americano. We are..." Sorry. "We may not be blood related, but we are brothers. I picked him to be El Grande Americano. He is El Grande Americano. And if anybody thinks that they're going to make us face each other, we're going to show you." And they did just that by teaming up and forming a tag team calling themselves Los Conquistadors, which means the Conquerors. And they even got a tag team victory over the former men's tag team champions, the Faces of Fear, Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy. With all this said, all the momentum seems to be in El Grande Americano's court, on his side. But Bray Wyatt and his mind games are never one to be trifled with. It's time to find out, will the mind games be able to topple the Lucha Spirit? Coming up next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the United States Championship.
And here he comes, the newer El Grande Americano. Wants to be just like his mentor, his brother in Lucha, the original El Grande Americano, by winning the same title that he had. And of course, Bray Wyatt, the door to darkness is about to open. The first Grand Slam champion in the men's division. That is right. Former RWF Heavyweight champion, former RWF Intercontinental champion, former RWF Pure Honor champion, former RWF Men's Tag Team champion, and the current RWF United States champion. Once Bray Wyatt puts his mind to something, it seems like nothing can stop him. He may have won a belt or two, right? Just a couple. the real question is, once Bray Wyatt loses the championship, if Bray Wyatt ever loses the championship, what's next? He's done everything there is, with the exception of becoming a Carrot Cash briefcase holder.
Introducing the challenger from the Gulf of America, weighing in at 202 pounds, El Grande Americano. And his opponent from parts unknown, weighing in at 285 pounds, the United States Champion, Bray Wyatt.
And it all comes down to this: the mind games versus the spirit of Lucha. And I think, of course, the biggest thing here, of course, not only is that Bray Wyatt has a loss. Granted, it was in tag team action, but he does have a loss against the Americanos. I'm sure that won't distract him from what needs to be done here tonight. And now Lucha Libre style already in action here. Looking for these quick covers, trying to end this one early, and Bray's like, nah. This is usually where I would compare the titles between the two individuals. The problem is that with the reveal that El Grande Americano is not the original El Grande Americano, that means that this version of El Grande Americano has never been a champion here in RWF. Now, if we still thought that this was the same character, if we were still thinking that there was just one El Grande Americano, then I'd be able to say that he is a former United States champion in his own right, but he is not, as it was the original El Grande Americano who was a former United States champion. Big Uranagi there by Bray Wyatt into the cover. Only a 1 count. These two now heading here on the outside of the ring, and this is not where El Grande Americano wants to be. Sister Abigail on the outside of the ring. And now Bray tossing Americano back into the ring, going for a cover. A kick out at 2. Bray with the mandible claw locked in. Oh, and Grande Americano getting the shoulder up at 2.99999. Diving headbutt from the top rope into the cover. Title on the line here. Oh, and Bray Wyatt with a 2.99999 kick out. Springboard headbutt, but I think a Grande got just as much as that damage as Bray did. Going for a big move, but Bray able to reverse it into a power slam. Little taunting here by Bray Wyatt, and that may have cost him. Drop kick by Americano, sending Bray all the way, crashing all the way to the outside floor. These two beginning to fight again here on the outside of the ring. And again, Grande has to be careful. And another Sister Abigail out here on the outside. Bray looking to capitalize on that. Sister Abigail on the outside of the ring into a cover. And somehow El Grande gets the shoulder up. Bray going for the mandible claw. He's got it locked in. Will this be enough to keep El Grande Americano down? And that's it.
Here is your winner, and still the United States Champion.
And Bray Wyatt getting the victory here tonight, leaving as United States Championship. Unfortunately, as much as El Grande Americano tried, it was not his night tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we only have 2 more matches for the evening. But the most interesting thing about these 2 matches is both matches could possibly go from a one-on-one match to a triple threat match, and we have no idea if that's going to happen or not. Coming up next, we have the semi-main event of the evening as the Women's World Champion Victoria defends her title against the #1 contender, Nia Jax. But both of them have to keep a swivel on their neck because the women's Carrot in the Cash briefcase holder, Tiffany Stratton, could choose to cash in during this match if she wants to turn it into a triple threat match. And we know Tiffany already has a victory over Nia, but she has a loss against Victoria. What will happen? Well, We're about to find out.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's World Championship.
Here she is. She won the 8-woman over the top rope battle royal to gain this spot. And as she makes her entrance, you'll notice there's an extra option in the voting. If you think Tiffany Stratton is going to cash in, you can vote for cash in. And yeah, if she cashes in, whoever votes for cash in will win those points, and a new betting will then begin between Nia Jax, Victoria, and Tiffany Stratton. And here comes the champion, her second title defense after successfully defending a Carrot Cash after winning the title at Rabit Mania. The 2025 Rabit Rumble winner as well.
Introducing the challenger from San Diego, California, Nia Jax. And her opponent from Los Angeles, California, the Women's World Champion, Victoria.
So glad they used Victoria's good song. I agree. I was extremely happy to find out that that they actually listened to the fans and changed that. I shall be right back. Alright, Bruda. This match starts off, and Nia Jax misses the early attack. And, Victoria, she's got to keep on the attack if she wants to win this match here. Nia Jax is one of the bigger women here. And, massive spine buster. Almost a spine buster powerbomb by Nia Jax. Exactly what I mean. She's bigger. She's tougher. And perhaps the biggest challenge Victoria has to date. Of course, Victoria able to defeat the past Women's World Champion Natalia at Rabbit Mania and defeating Io Sky at Carrot Cash, but now she has to face Nia Jax and possibly Tiffany Stratton. Looking for a cover, trying to end this, but only in one count. And now these two going to trade blows here. You know that both of these women are going to try to end things as quickly as they can, because the longer this match goes on, the more chance it gives Tiffany Stratton to hit her music, come down here, and cash in her briefcase to make it a triple threat match. Big Samoan drop there by Nia Jax. Nia Jax using her size and power to her advantage here, but oh, a sidestep sends Nia Jax to the outside of the ring. Count of 6, and now Victoria trying to maybe get another count out victory here. But no, Nia Jax is not letting that happen, but the momentary distraction lets the women's champion be in control here. Middle rope, double axe handle smash, and now Victoria trying to go for the Widow's Peak, but Nia Jax able to reverse. Massive power bomb. Pinfall attempt by Nia Jax, title on the line here, but a kick out at 2. And the strength of Nia Jax on pure display again with another power bomb. Perhaps looking for another cover, but Victoria able to get to her feet at least momentarily. Victoria trying to stay in control here, but a reversal by Nia Jax. Into the corner, and again Victoria able to reverse. Gets caught into a Samoan drop by Nia Jax. Able to get out of the way of that leg drop. Victoria now hits a springboard leg drop of her own. Reversal after reversal. Now Nia Jax with a second, well actually technically third power bomb into the cover, and that's it.
Here is your winner, and new Women's World Champion, Nia Jax.
Nia Jax getting the victory here. No cash in by Tiffany Stratton. Interesting to see that there's no cash in. Perhaps now she will, because we know that she's already got a victory over Nia Jax. Only time will tell. Well, coming up next, we have the very similar situation as Goldberg is about to defend the heavyweight championship against CM Punk. And what's more interesting is Goldberg says he doesn't care if Sheamus tries to cash in or not. Even though Sheamus has a victory over both Goldberg and CM Punk, Goldberg has straight up said, come on, cash in, make it a triple threat match. I'll beat both of you. You'll both be next. Will Sheamus cash in? Will CM Punk do what Nia Jax did and dethrone Goldberg? Or will Goldberg stand tall? Our main event coming up next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Heavyweight Championship.
Here he is, the man who won an 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal to earn this opportunity at the heavyweight championship, and a former heavyweight champion in his own right. Can he become a 2-time champion here tonight? here comes the man who was able to dethrone Tyler Bate at Carrot Cash. Again, a man who's had a lot of success. Won his debut match by winning the 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal, and then immediately went on to win the heavyweight championship. But he does have a non-title loss against the current Carrot Cash briefcase holder, Sheamus.
Introducing the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk. And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 285 pounds, the heavyweight champion, Goldberg.
And much like with the Women's World Championship, you again have the option to vote for cash in. You want to go ahead and get that voted for as soon as possible, because if Sheamus does cash in, then the voting will stop, cash in will win, and a new vote will begin where you can vote for either CM Punk, Goldberg, or Sheamus. Quick cover here by the champion, and immediately reversal by the challenger into a pin of his own. But again, an instant and can't even talk. These two showing off their technical skills here. Goldberg perhaps wanting to show CM Punk that he can go move for move with him. A lot of people think that Goldberg is nothing but power. Perhaps wanting to show everybody wrong that he can be a technical guy too. Reversal by Punk, and now Punk putting Goldberg down with a double axe handle. Off the ropes with a springboard clothesline into the cover. Only in one count. Perhaps knowing that, that wasn't going to end the match, but showing oh, there's a spear out of nowhere. And Goldberg signaling that this is the end already. Going for a jackhammer. He hits it. Pinfall. Is this it? No. Punk able to get the shoulder up, and you can see the shock on Goldberg's face. so many of his WCW matches ended just that fast. And now these two gonna trade blows here. By the neck, up into the gorilla press, into the spine buster. Reversal by Punk. And now Punk locking in the Anaconda Vice. Will Goldberg tap out here? No. Almost immediately just powers out of it. Big move there, turning Goldberg topsy-turvy. And now Punk going for the GTS. He hits it. Straight into the cover. Title on the line. Are we looking at a two-time champion? No. Kick out at 2. And now Punk with a second, going for the second GTS, but Goldberg able to reverse out of it. Fisherman suplex by Punk, taking everything he can to put Goldberg away. A little bit of showboating by Punk, and that cost him as Goldberg able to move out of the way of the knee. Goldberg hitting a big move there of his own. Looks like it took a stamina out of both of them, but Goldberg finally back to his feet, and this could be the beginning of the end. I thought Goldberg was going for the spear, but Punk able to move him into a corner, and this time he hits the knee into the Bulldog. Springboard clothesline. It's a massive kick, but Goldberg rolls to the outside of the ring. Punk's got to be careful here. Goldberg on the outside of the ring. He cannot win the title this way. And now Goldberg looking for a second jackhammer. But Punk able to reverse out of it. Punk with that knee into a clothesline. And now CM Punk to the top rope. Looking to embrace his inner Macho Man, but he missed. Punk turning Goldberg topsy-turvy again into the cover, and that's it.
Here is your winner, and the new Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk.
And he did it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, no cash in here tonight. And CM Punk walks out now a two-time RWF Heavyweight Champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our show for the evening. RWF will be live again next Monday. I will be live again tomorrow as we continue our playthrough of Luigi's Mansion 3. Of course, it will start at the same Rabbit time on the same Rabbit channel, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight. I hope to see you tomorrow. As for tonight, we're going to go ahead and get into our commands. I'm going to let you guys go for the evening. So, as always, we are sponsored by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He has blessed both me and my wife extremely greatly. We want to make sure they return his blessings by giving him all the honor, glory, credit, and praise that he rightfully deserves. We also want to say a huge thank you. Thank you to everybody that joined me today. It means so much to me that you guys take time out of your busy days to come and hang out with me. Of course, a huge thank you also goes to our supporters, starting with my hashtag wonderful wife Firebird10, our amazing friends Nick and T, as well as our other friends Sean, Steve, and Danny, and of course our two digital artists responsible for our artwork, Amon Wolf of CNH Podcast and Z Fire Incorporated. Thank you guys so much. Discord. We have one of those. If you've not joined our Discord and you would like to, feel free to grab that link right there and come join us. We've got tons of chat rooms. That's where important announcements are announced. Decisions are decided, discussions are discussed, wrestling results are resulted, chats are chatted, and honestly, we just love to have you there. Also, Mary Kay. My wife is a Mary Kay consultant. If you would like some skincare, some makeup, so if you're a dude that wants some cologne or possibly shampoo, I don't know if they have that there, or after sun replenishing gel or sunscreen or anything to do with like that, or maybe even you want to know how you can become a Mary Kay consultant, well, you can message us and we'll be more than happy to take care of all of your Mary Kay needs. Another place that we'd love to have you is over on YouTube. We post our highlight videos as well as past live streams in their entirety on YouTube. So if you would like to see those, you can grab that link there and come join us now since it is all free. And it's another way to help support. I do ask, if you don't mind, give the YouTube channel a subscribe, hit the bell icon to keep yourself notified, give the videos a like, and give them a comment because comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Another place that you can find us is over on TikTok. Do you like the highlight videos, but don't want to have to sort through all of the past full live streams to see them? Well, you can find all of our highlight videos over on TikTok. Or, of course, on the playlist on YouTube, but still, you can find them on TikTok. Again, while you're over there, if you don't mind, give the channel a follow, give the videos a heart, and give them a comment because comments are also good for the TikTok algorithm. Last but certainly not least, are ways to help support the stream right here, right now, if you would like to do so. Always keep in mind that nothing is ever required, but everything is very much appreciated. With that, more information on how you can help the stream is in the chat, so feel free to read that at your leisure, and remember to do only what you're able and comfortable with doing. For tonight, I am JRabbit87, and I hope you all have a very good night.